In this video, I'll be working with an ex-bait dog who is reactive to other dogs when on leash. His owner is a good handler but simply wants to take her abilities to the next level. Both of her dogs are currently walked using a gentle leader, but they are both numb to the pressure. In this first clip, I will show you how the dog pulls on the gentle leader, how it can cause some neck issues for the dog over time, and then I will get into why a prong collar is the best tool to use for this dog. So it's pretty obvious that Jack here is numb to the pressure from the gentle leader, and since when the pressure is applied, he sort of has to kink his head, he gets the same feeling in his neck that we get as humans when we sleep on the arm of our couch for too long. We get that uncomfortable kink on our neck. That's what happens to dogs who are numb to pressure like this on the gentle leader. Over time, it can cause some pretty serious neck issues. No tool used to teach a dog to walk with a loose leash is a quick fix tool. If the gentle leader in this case were introduced properly, it would have worked just fine. Every tool, whether it be a front clip harness, prong collar, gentle leader, or even just a standard martingale collar, should be introduced using a process I like to call leash dancing. Flat buckle collars should not be used as a means to walk your dog, as they apply 100% of pressure to the dog's trachea should the dog pull and can cause damage over time. I have a separate video for the pros and cons to each tool, but this video is going to focus on the prong collar. Knowing that Jack is naturally insecure with limited confidence, it's fair to assume that the beginning stages of this exercise are going to be stressful for him, as you can see here. It's important that we teach Jack that he is in complete control of when the pressure turns on and off. As he starts to understand that giving into the pressure is what turns it off, he will begin to gain confidence. It's important to use as little pressure at this point as you can for two different reasons. With insecure dogs like Jack who aren't quite certain of what the pressure means, applying more pressure than needed could overwhelm them and make them associate the tool with consequence, which is the opposite of what we want. With higher energy, happy-go-lucky dogs who aren't fazed by the pressure, yanking and jerking on the collar will simply make them numb to the pressure, and the prong collar will essentially be useless at that point. Now I want you to take note of where I'm standing in relation to Jack when pressure is applied. I'm applying very minimal pressure in a very specific direction to make it clear to him where I want him to turn. It'd be unfair to apply pressure straight back, as it actually encourages pulling, and the dog simply can't turn that way. Every little baby step that he takes toward me releases the pressure, and if he retreats, pressure is reapplied until he takes another baby step or he commits completely, in which case it would be good in most cases to reward with praise or excitement, but since Jack doesn't care for praise or excitement at this point, we skip that part.
Now a little more. So I'm going to get out in front. That's okay. And then it's just going to hold until he makes a choice. And that's the beauty of these prong collars, is you know it's not choking them because it's grabbing the whole neck instead of just on the trachea. So even that little baby step I like. So I reward him and the pressure goes back on if he doesn't move anymore. There he moves his head toward me, so I gave him some for that. Even those steps. And then each time will get easier. So I'm not gonna like, I don't care about the leash thing, but I'm not gonna let him do it. I'm not gonna like smack him for it. I never will. So now he's really thinking through, like, okay, I think I get this. Like, if I just follow that pressure, then it goes off. In this way, when he gets in that state where he sees a dog, you can ask him, like, hey, let's just go the other way. And you can have him make the choice to go the other way instead of just being forced. So he's gonna protest a little bit here, but that's okay. So I'll see it farther away. Easier. So now it's like just this, like, look, he's following the pressure, but it's almost like no pressure. See there, like,
Nice.
it's like even like when one link clicks, that was all it took. And when there's higher distraction, there's going to be higher pressure. But that's okay. But in these beginning stages, it's important to have like 100% precision when pressure goes on and off. So even if he takes the smallest baby step towards me and I don't reward him for it and expect too much of him, I can confuse him and then ruin the tool for him.
Right.
then we'll turn the other way now, just so he gets used to moving his sort of rear end. See how less pressure it takes it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like telling him to come this way, I'm asking him to when he's making a choice.